is a Bramble Jam podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Merry Christmas!
Merry Christmas.
It is great to be back here today on DCOM Descendants or on Deck the Hallmark if you're listening to us there. It's a little program called DCOM Descendants. We do DCOM Descendants.
Two drops. It's a single drop on 2 feeds.
It's a single drop. It's a feed drop. It's multiple feeds.
It's a double feed drop.
That's exactly right.
We'll get there.
We will. That's your job.
For those that
the different shows on the different feeds.
yeah, you do that.
You do that, right?
Well, this show is
right?
produced by Brandon Gray, so
It is. It's true. It's true. Yeah.
I don't touch the feeds though.
Just wait till I produce the show, guys. It's gonna crush.
Dan, what is DCOM Descendants for people that don't know what it
If you listen on
is?
the Deck the Hallmark feed, welcome into the Superior Show. Why? Because no Brian.
Brian's a girl.
Yeah. Yeah.
So he's better?
He's better.
This is a show
I felt like
without
that went without saying.
without the 4 Deck the Hallmark segments, but with 4 segments of their very own, but one takes up the majority of the time. We're going to take a look at a
The Delish, right?
Disney Channel original movie. We started at the beginning. I've never seen any of them. These two people claim to be experts, but you find out often they've not seen them along the way. And we have a good old-fashioned fun time. And it's a little bit more PG-13 than Deck the Hallmark. So if that's
It won't be
something...
today.
It won't be today? Really?
No,
You've heard the show already, huh?
It's ultimate Christmas spread. There's nothing about this that could get PG-13.
That's right. Yeah. Couldn't. There's no way. Not with that Santa. Not with that Santa. The
I
way
It
he
has a
talks
list of
to
naughty
children.
girls.
I think we should hold off on saying
Santa's
this is
a
not PG-13.
full voyeurism for Santa there.
When you're alone in your room.
Yeah. He sees you when you're there.
Well, he's making some assumptions.
It was a pretty accurate
Brushing
assumption.
teeth 3 times a day is not an assumption.
Yeah.
It's a weird one to make.
That's one too many, right? Though.
What's the first segment, though, Brandon? It spells out
Sorry.
DCOM. Brandon's very proud of that. So our 4 segments will DCOM. That's very important to the show. If you don't have that, you're going to be lost.
You might be like, what are we doing here? It's time
Yeah.
for Delish. Aaron, each and every week you provide us something, a snack, a bevy,
It's the only
somewhere
way
in
we allow a
between.
woman
I
to
think
help
this
host
actually,
with us, right?
this is somewhere in between
Nobody?
a snack and a
Between,
bevy.
yeah.
That goes along with
How do you
the movie that we're talking about today. What do we got today?
All right. So today we have what I'm going to call like a summer twist on a snow cone. So this is blended watermelon with
love
a little
watermelon.
bit of sugar and then drizzled over top. It's been in our freezer all morning. Drizzled over top is some sweetened condensed milk.
Okay.
But this movie has a ton of snow, so I was
Yeah.
thinking
It
snow
does
cone,
look like kind of like
but
slush.
It's a
is-
summer snow kind of situation.
But it
really,
is
really good here.
1,000 degrees outside, and also it's red for Christmas.
Yeah.
Smells
Cheers,
like
everybody.
watermelon.
Let's eat.
Cheers.
Woo! That's good. I love watermelon. You don't like it. Dan doesn't like it. Dan
It's not-
hates
it's
it. Dan thinks you're dumb.
Yeah, I know.
No. I
Just
don't
to
think you're dumb.
Share your thoughts.
It's just not my favorite thing. I'm weird on watermelon. If watermelon's really good, I like it.
You're weird on fruit flavored things.
Yes. Yes, I am. True. I like the texture of it. I like that it's cold like a snow cone. But it's not for me. And that's okay.
I like it a lot.
Also, Brandon, I'm just letting you know right now, I'm going to have to pop out to the parking lot here in 2 minutes for about 2 minutes. You can keep recording or you can stop it. Just letting you know.
Is today drug day?
It is today. Today is drug day. It's drug Tuesday.
I lost.
So what is it
They
called?
moved it up 'cause
What are
of
we
the
calling
fourth.
it?
I don't know.
What if we call it
Watermelon snow cone surprise.
Christmas in July
Fun times?
fun times? It's the Christmas in July fun times. Watermelon frozen sweet condensed
Dan
milk.
hated
We'll be
this.
we're gonna take a quick break. We're gonna come back here on
DCOM
Descendants. We're back.
Oh, boy.
We're back from that perfectly normal sized break.
It was perfectly normal. Ultimate Christmas present is what we're talking about today. It's time for Com Chat.
That's what they remember. D for DCOM.
D for Delish.
Delish.
Com is Com Chat.
C for DCOM. For CCOM. We're going to get there.
Com chat.
episode.
We're talking about the ultimate Christmas present. It was released on December 1st in the year 2000. Our last 2000 movie.
Yes.
There you
Here
have it.
in the Disney Channel.
I feel like we've had 20 movies in the year 2000.
It's been a big year for DCOMs. They went really hard in 2000. Directed by Michael Hitchcock.
Dude, he's a actor. He's a comedic actor, unless it's a different Michael Hitchcock. It very well could be.
I mean, he's got his own Wikipedia. He is an actor, a comedian, a screenwriter, and a television producer.
He's a really funny dude. He's in some Christopher Guest movies, I believe.
There you go.
He's in maybe my favorite comedy of all time, Best.
Oh, sorry, it's written by him. It is directed by Greg Beeman, who I feel like we've seen a lot of.
He did Brink.
We've seen
Greg Beeman directed Brink.
And starring Hallie Hirsch and for the first time, Brenda Song. Let's give it up for Brenda Song.
All right, Brenda.
Thank you. Phil Marshall is the theme music composer. I think he does a lot of music for Disney Channel.
Is it too punny to call Brenda Song the unsung hero of DCOM?
Yes.
Oh, the unsung hero.
Well, it's not too punny. It's just, I think, wrong. Based
Just
upon.
wait.
Okay. All right.
Oh my gosh.
It's a big promise there.
We have what? At least 3 more?
We have 3 more, at least that we know of. She could
I
have.
can remember.
Yeah, she could have done more later
least
than
that we
after
know
the
of.
fact. But ultimate Christmas present. Let's dive into it. So the movie kicks off with, I don't know, would you call it ska? It is
Reggae. Yeah, like a two-tone
reggae.
reggae
Yeah,
situation.
it's two-tone reggae. Once the third tone comes in,
That's
you
ska.
kick
That's
it,
full-blown ska.
That's it.
So, yeah, 3-tone that's different world altogether.
Can you break that down for me? What's the first tone?
I don't know.
Okay.
I know that 2-tone ska is pretty much reggae, and 3-tone ska is the stuff that we would listen to growing up. Like
Fourth wave.
third wave.
Third wave.
Yes, not four. Why would it be 3-tone fourth wave? I don't understand. Where did that extra wave come from?
Third tone, fourth wave.
Can't lose.
It's Deck the Halls is what I'm trying to say. Is the song that's playing.
Were you?
It is 3 days before Christmas, and meteorologist
No, there's a
Edwin
la, la, la in there.
Hadley. Edwin Hadley is telling us it is going to be a hot Christmas. Dan, when you first saw Edwin Hadley, did you think that Edwin Hadley was going to be a big part of this movie?
No. He was such a bad actor in that scene. He's not as bad the rest of the movie, but in that scene,
He's playing awkward. He's playing
but
like
he's
not-
a weatherman.
Yes.
I will
Weathermen
say,
aren't awkward.
In that first scene, because she was watching the news so intently, I thought it was her dad.
Yeah, she's really into it.
I didn't think he'd be a big part, and I'm still not convinced he is.
I think the thing about him though is
Go for it.
you're right. He is a weatherman, but he's really more interested in just the teaching of meteorology,
And
not
somehow
so
he's
much
the guy that wants to impart meteorologist wisdom on other people is the bad guy in this movie, which is neither here nor there.
I mean, you want to teach science?
How dare you?
Boo!
You know what it would be? Like some seltzer water and some sort of alcohol, I think.
You
Like
think
making
that
a
would
fruity
bring that
drink.
home?
Yeah.
Wow. Not
too
everything
sweet
has
for
to be
me.
alcoholic.
I mean,
It's true.
Yeah,
I didn't
alcoholic.
have to freeze it as a slush. I could have just blended it, mixed it with vodka. You don't like rum.
I don't like vodka.
Okay.
I'd take rum over vodka.
Wow. Okay. There you go. Allie Thompson is our main character. She is in middle school, and she has a neighbor who is her best friend, played by Brenda Song. Let's get up for Brenda Song,
Brenda
everybody.
Song,
It's Brenda
everybody.
Song.
People are calling her the unsung hero of
They are. I have heard that.
I just don't get it.
Brenda Song's name is Sam in this
Just
movie.
wait till Wendy Wu, man.
Oh, she's a homecoming queen.
Warrior.
She's going to do fighting.
Stuck in the suburbs.
Oh,
Ooh.
my gosh. Get a freaking clue?
Dude,
How about we just do this one? Could we do this movie since we're here now?
I'm going to play that song nonstop for like the whole week.
Get a clue.
Wake up, it's me, it's you, get
it's
a clue.
us. Wake up, it's me, it's you, it's us. It's everybody around here doing stuff. Just get a clue.
All right, back to Ultimate Christmas Present.
Yes. Brenda Song's name is
yeah.
Sam in this movie. And
If you haven't
after
figured out
school.
yet, the com chat segment is where the time is spent.
That's right. And
Why?
after
We are on track.
Rolling.
after school, after being assigned a ridiculous paper right before Christmas,
3 days before Christmas.
they go on a little bike ride. They get lost in the woods, and they stumble upon a cabin in the woods. And
Not that cabin.
Allie decides that she's going to look through the window of the cabin, which I would have probably done too if I stumbled upon the cabin in the woods.
I would not.
You wouldn't have, as a middle schooler, you wouldn't look through the window of a cabin you
as a
stumbled
middle
upon?
schooler, I would have not known to not. I would have 100%.
I'm going to say,
100%.
as a middle schooler, I would not have gone into the woods alone without an adult.
Oh, you're so
And-
responsible.
Such a rule follower.
B, if I
so
came
cool.
across a cabin, no, I'm not going to go look in people's windows. That's
It's a cabin,
It's a Taylor
though.
Swift reference.
It's really, no, we caught it. We all tracked it.
Yeah, she's the only one to have
For song,
ever.
I look in people's windows. Okay, just me. Okay, thanks, bye. I'll
Explaining
just,
it more, I think, would help.
Can you
Which
give me the?
album?
But
Can
no,
you give me a
I would
lyric
not have
breakdown?
gone. I would have been too afraid of like.
Yeah, Dan and I are definitely looking at it.
Yeah, we're definitely looking at it. I'm creating a story in my head
That is the
about
only
what's
reason
going on.
why we were not friends in middle school.
And maybe burning
Right.
it down.
Yes, of course.
What?
What? You're burning.
I would.
Who
I
said that?
didn't. I
Came out of nowhere.
we like middle school boys never play with fire.
No.
Oh, I did play with fire.
Yeah.
I'm on board with that.
Okay, great. You're on board with burning down the cabin.
No, playing with fire.
Just playing with fire.
Erin is actually leading the charge in burning down the cabin.
That's right. She
That's
just
my
doesn't want you to
understanding.
know it.
She doesn't want you to look
Guys,
in.
we will not look in that window. But
But
Well, that's why
say
she-
fire?
She doesn't want to look in the window because she wants to feel guilt-free when she burns it
That's
down
right.
and not know if anybody was in it.
for sure.
Yeah.
Santa catch on
PG-13,
fire?
guys. No, Santa can't catch on fire.
He can't catch
No
it.
way.
I don't know if you've seen that fireproof suit he has.
From this movie?
No, I just
No,
based
Santa
all
Claus.
Santa knowledge off the Santa Claus.
It's the best
So you-
Santa. It's
it
the
is-
best
yes,
North Pole.
yeah, yeah.
We all know
But
that.
so you think all Santas wear the suit from the Santa Claus?
It's, yes.
All right. I'm down.
That's the
Yeah,
way
right.
that he became Santa.
Cocoa cookie
Santa-
dispenser in the
Yes.
sleigh? Compact is.
Like, that is, like, canon. Like, Santa Claus is Santa Claus for me. And then everything else is just, like, fan fiction.
Wow.
But what if I fall off the roof?
Fan fiction.
Fanfic.
Reindeer up on the roof. It is a great movie. It's a great movie. You should watch that.
Someone's running around naked somewhere. So
Good morning, Mr. McClure.
they find it's so good.
Normally,
How do
I
you
sleep
expect me to
naked.
move on?
Buck
naked.
Morning, Mr. McClure.
How do you expect us to just move on? It's Christmas in July. We're talking Santa
At least we know
Claus.
they got hot apple pie.
We did. Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. See what you did? This is you. Not us. It's you.
Plain milk's fine. So they find the cabin in the woods, and they look in the window. They see an old guy. He's working on some sort of contraption. Contraption. And it's ultimate Christmas present. That's what we're talking about. Thanks for asking. And this guy gets mad at
Did
this.
this movie go down in my rankings because of the Santa Claus talk? Maybe.
Wow. I was hoping it had the opposite
Maybe.
effect and go up. Like maybe you
No.
can trick it in your mind
No.
to be like we actually watched
real
the
Santa Claus movie we just talked about. That's gonna sting here.
So
Just fan fiction.
Yeah. This is just some dumb fan fiction.
Allie probably wrote this story for her class.
That's right. This is
a
all-
It's a
middle
good thing we don't have to
school-
record two of these today. We can go as long as
All right,
we
keep
want.
going. Sorry.
Allie, Sam, they see him throw something out into the trash can. They go to the trash can. They get the thing out of the trash can. They're like, what is this? We don't know. We're going to take it home. So they do. They go. They take it home. They start messing with all the little nozzles.
This is where you, if this is you in
Buttons.
this story, you would say, when things started going haywire, I can't get in trouble for this.
Yeah.
Because you just got something out of the trash can. It's something you would do.
100%.
Yeah. And you'd be like, well, it's not my fault.
It's not my fault.
I can't get in trouble for this.
I can't get in trouble for this.
It was trash.
It was trash.
Have you ever used the magic curb in front of our house before? Where you put things on the curb and it's gone? Have you ever done this?
No.
In our neighborhood, if you put anything on the curb that is not trash, it will be gone. I got rid of some deck furniture, old chairs, barely held together, gone within 5 minutes.
Wow.
And now if those chairs started a storm, whose fault would that be?
Not ours.
Not ours.
Not ours. Except for tree limbs. They don't take those. Those
They don't take
stick around
those.
for a long time. For
They
some
sit
reason,
around
even though
for-
they're supposed to
yeah,
come
they're
every week.
supposed to take those.
Yeah, is it every week? Because on my,
Supposed to be.
it's insane. The same street on like every week, the same street just has piles of
Supposed
tree
to be
limbs.
every
And
week.
where are they
Karen.
coming
It's
from?
supposed to be every
No, they
week.
should.
You can
they
only
should
take
be
down so many
taking
tree
them.
limbs.
They shouldn't commit to every week if they can't do every week.
That's right. Yeah. And they'll come and sometimes they'll show up like twice in like a month.
Sometimes
And
they
other
realize
times you
they've
won't.
done goofed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Shout out though. Yeah, that Grayville.
Yeah,
That's
a lot
great.
they do right though.
A lot to do right.
I will say
water.
the machine is kind of cool to watch.
Heart's in the right spot.
And the water. Have I mentioned the water?
Best water.
Oh.
So they're playing around with the machine. They turn on one button and it
Stormy
begins to
storm.
rain in the room. Lightning crashes.
We have their machine.
Thank you. And then they do a little earthquake, all this stuff. They do the snow button.
They put outside.
And it starts to
Oh,
snow
it's
inside.
snowing
They're
here,
like,
that's
this is amazing. Let's put it outside to see what happens. They do the thing, and it doesn't immediately take off. They're like, let's just
let it
leave
set it
it.
and forget it.
Allie wakes up the next day. Snow is all over the ground.
Mm-hmm,
And she's like, it worked. This is amazing. They're so excited. And why wouldn't you be? As a kid this is Los Angeles.
Los Angeles.
Why wouldn't you be thrilled about snow?
The best scene of this movie is the snow day that these kids in Los Angeles get, and they've never had a snow day in their life.
Well, they don't
It is
even
the
know
best
what
scene
a
in this
snow day
movie.
is. Brenda's
Yeah.
song has to say, my cousin in Boston said that sometimes if there's so much snow, they can't clear the streets fast enough and
right.
they cancel school.
Did you, growing up in Boston, Greater Boston, did you get a lot of snow days? Couldn't have, right? Most days you just had to go to school.
I would say, like, when I was younger, I feel like we had more snow days. And then as I got older, when we had a new superintendent, he was very big on just being in school whenever possible. But we were a city where we had a lot of kids that walked. And so sometimes the street would be clear, but if they couldn't get all the sidewalks plowed, they would cancel school anyway because kids couldn't get there.
Wow.
There you have it.
But yeah, snow. No school.
I grew up in Florida, and so you were hoping hurricanes
So many
came.
snow days.
You were
hoping
pulling for
you were pulling
hurricanes.
for the hurricanes.
Yikes.
Yeah.
That's dark.
I
And
don't
you said this wasn't PG-13.
I don't know if
I think that's rated R.
a thing that all kids in Florida were pulling for.
100%. 100% they
Kids
were.
don't get it. I remember
Kids don't get
Hurricane
it.
Hugo came through when I was living in South
you have no
Carolina,
idea.
and I was like, maybe we won't go to school tomorrow. This is fantastic.
It could go into, what the best is when you get school canceled, but you don't lose power. That's obviously the ideal.
Yeah.
Well,
It starts
we do
becoming
People
way
not
less
dying also
fun.
would be really great.
It becomes way less fun in the summertime when the power goes off. You know how long you're going to be without.
We do have Brian on the street in Florida interviewing some local kids about hurricanes.
Brian.
Oh, and we lost that feed.
We lost.
Oh, we lost.
Hate that. I did
Wow.
see Pulling for Hurricanes
Hurricanes.
live, though.
It's really good.
Pulling for Hurricanes, quite a band. They were
Yeah.
two-tone, which is weird.
Yeah. I hear the third's coming, though.
Third's coming. Fourth wave, third tone.
That's exactly right. So
Can't lose.
they're so excited. They run outside. They don't have school. They're playing in the snow. They're making sleds out of
Whatever.
like pool noodles and stuff. Like trying to use anything to go sledding on. It's big fun. But our guy Edwin Hadley, meteorologist Edwin, is a couple things happen. One, his boss pulls him in and is like, this is the biggest thing to go on and forever, and you are boring everybody to death with your things. You got to get to the important stuff, like the fact that the Friends cast is stuck in the studio and stuff like that. Like, you've got to really get into all the nitty gritty. But two, Edwin, being the science-focused man that he is really concerned about where this is coming from. What is the source
He can't
of this?
figure it out.
Yeah, because it doesn't make sense
He's
to
a
him.
scientist.
So he's committed to finding the root of this snowstorm. So
Edwin's also in trouble because he didn't predict it coming.
he didn't predict it. And that's tough.
It's almost like magic was involved and not science.
What?
Possible.
Now,
Now,
Brian.
Oh, we heard from
Thank you,
Brian.
buddy.
Bad weather.
oh man, Brian's bummed. So
Refused to do the segment and everything.
he seems angry about it too. He seemed angry.
It's almost like he didn't get paid, which is false.
What?
It's ridiculous. So the everything is going really well for them, but then the
Really
snowstorm.
well, as in the snow just keeps pummeling.
Yes, that's what I was
Los
getting to.
Angeles.
It starts to become not so fun.
Yeah.
Snow begins to continue to spread, not just from Los Angeles, but going up the coastline and eventually getting to San Francisco, which is where Allie's dad is, because he is, what's he doing?
software.
What's he trying to get ready? What's he trying to say?
Bonesforbowser.com.
Bones
That's
for
right.
Bowser.
Kirk Cameron spokesperson. So you lucky dog callback. I don't know. Brian, I just want to commend you on the complete and utter self-control because you said the word San Francisco and didn't go off on a tangent about
Talk about rice-a-roni?
Yep.
I thought you might be. It is. Here's the thing about rice-a-roni, Dan, and I'm glad you brought it up this time. It's a San Francisco treat. A lot of people everywhere think that it's a treat for them, and I say, no, sirree. Have you had it in San Fran? So
I always forget about rice-a-roni.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because when I hear San Francisco, I just go, Francisco.
Francisco.
That's fun to say. And then my brain is off on a
Candy
totally
canes.
different...
Sir.
Yeah, I'm off on a totally different tangent.
Right.
But
That's
rice-a-roni.
Yeah.
It's a San Francisco.
Sponsor,
San Francisco treat.
Promo code DCOM Descendants.
Why have I
Check it
not
out.
emailed the rice-a-roni
DCOM?
people? Why have I not emailed the rice-a-roni people?
I don't know. It's your whole thing.
They're probably owned by
It's
some
your
sort of big
entire
conglomerate.
identity as a human being. If someone says San Francisco, you go, have you heard about this rice?
Can you look it up really quickly? Rice-a-roni, who owns it? If it's a self-made
got
company,
it.
if it's not run by one of those big boys, then we could probably get them. But once you start getting owned by the,
PepsiCo's subsidiary Quaker Oats
screwed.
owns rice-a-roni. We're in trouble.
We're in trouble. We can't get them.
The De Domenico brothers invented rice-a-roni in 1958 after seeing their sister-in-law combine rice, vermicelli, and Swanson's chicken broth.
Let me guess where they lived.
Tulsa, Oklahoma. Oh.
Did they live in San Francisco, Dan? Dan, did they live in San Francisco?
I think they did, yes.
Thank you.
I don't think we could be sponsored by a Pepsi subsidiary.
Oh, Dan, tell everybody really quickly the story about the person sitting next to you on the plane that asked for Pepsi.
Oh, my goodness. We're on a plane, a red-eye. This guy is sitting next to me.
From the West Coast to the East Coast.
This is actually the East Coast to the West Coast.
I don't know. It's the reverse red
It's
eye.
the middle of the night.
It's a reverse red eye.
Yeah, this guy is minding his own business, and the drink cart comes through, and they do the bid. You want anything to drink? And I get just like a club soda. And then this guy,
think it's a bit.
it is a
I
bit.
think
It's a bit. If you are a flight attendant, you do nonstop bits, and we all know it. None of them are talking in their real voice or as their real person.
Wow.
Everyone is put on their flight attendant character suit, and they are flight attendants. They are not who they are. Gotta be.
So you're saying flight attendants aren't real people?
No, I'm saying they're paid to be.
Dan just said flight attendants aren't real people.
No, that's not what I said at all. Got a lot of respect for flight attendants, the whole industry. Many are saying I love flight attendants more than anyone else.
Yeah.
I mean, I would agree to that to an extent, but them asking, do you want anything?
You're saying you've never had a flight attendant that's
every flight
being
attendant,
themselves?
if you watch a flight attendant's countenance as you're walking off the plane, they're a different person. It's pretty known.
All right, they were doing
it's
a
like,
bit.
It's
They
like
asked
being
this
a
guy
server.
if he wanted anything.
It's like being a server in a restaurant. You have to be the best version of yourself. You just have to.
They asked this guy if he
All right,
wants
they
anything.
asked if he wants anything to drink, and he goes, "Y'all have a Pepsi?" And she goes, "Is Coke okay?" And he goes, "Can I have a cranberry juice?" That's the interaction.
How do you get there?
How do you get there? I would like a Pepsi. Oh, you only serve Coke products. Well, then in that case, my second option is cranberry juice.
I used to think that the most ridiculous thing that could happen was when I asked for a root beer and they say, we have Dr. Pepper, because that's not close.
No.
But it's closer than cranberry juice is to Pepsi.
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
Those are just vastly different flavor profiles.
so different. So different. Imagine craving a Pepsi and you go, well, if I can't have that, second
At
best
least I
thing,
won't get a
cranberry
UTI.
juice. Yeah, cranberry
Like, what
juice.
in the world?
Cranberry juice. Might as well. Anywho, so the storm's getting real bad is what we're trying to say, and his dad's stuck in San Francisco. Now, while all of this is happening, Santa's elves are now have made aware of the situation.
Played, of course,
Yes.
by John Sally and the guy from Coach, not Coach, the other one,
SpongeBob SquarePants.
Patrick.
He's Patrick Star.
Yeah, he's not SpongeBob either. He's not
No.
SpongeBob or Coach. I want to be very clear about that.
He's not. Well, but he is in the Patrick Star show. That's right. Patrick
Neither
got his own
Coach
show.
nor SpongeBob.
Patrick
is in
got
this
his own
movie.
show.
That's correct.
And I think I think Sandy Cheeks got her own show too, which is ridiculous. Talk about a one-note character. We get it. You're from Texas. You're a squirrel. You live in a dome under the water. Like, which is ridiculous. How did they get
You're
there?
really angry about this.
I don't know how they got there. Like, it's all sea creatures, then you got Sandy.
How
Sandy
did we get
Cheeks.
here?
How did we
San
get
Francisco.
here? No,
The elves.
Cranberry
the
juice.
elves.
There it is.
The elves.
Sparky and Crumpet.
Sparky and Crumpet.
John Sally, NBA champion
so-
John Sally.
Rick Fox. So
NBA championship.
our guys there are now committed to coming and helping Santa, and what they are going to be doing is they are going to first. This is somebody stole it.
Yep.
Again, questionable.
Yeah.
You threw it
get
out.
in
I
trouble
can't get in
here.
trouble for this.
Yeah.
But they say no nice person would do that, which as if. Let's start with the naughty list. They find a shoe print. They trace it back to a specific type of shoe that would only be worn by women. And so they track it down. We're going to look at just the naughty girls. We're going to look at just the naughty
How many
girls.
times can you say
Which
that?
I will say sounds weird that Bran is saying it that way.
Yeah.
But that is how they say it in the movie.
Still
Yes.
doesn't make it okay.
I have a list of naughty girls. That's what Santa says.
Bran carries around a list of naughty girls regularly.
Naughty girl. So they pull out they know the shoe size, 7, and they know that obviously they have a list. Santa knows
There's
what
like
shoe size.
1,973.
Right. Naughty
Naughty
girls that wear a size
in all of
7.
Los Angeles?
That wear
That
the size 7 of
specific
that.
Oh, okay.
shoe.
I was about to say.
Which that seems
a little
high.
low.
That seems high to me. That's Santa. This is specific shoes, size 7.
No, at
also
first-
naughty girl.
At first, when he started to say that when we watched the movie, I thought he was trying to say there was like 1,900 girls in Los Angeles, and I was like, I
No.
think there might be a few more.
Do you think there's 1,900 naughty girls in Los
And you thought
Angeles?
it wasn't going to get PG-13? This is wild.
Do you
Bran.
think that there are 1,900 naughty girls in LA
You're the one that does the research. You tell me, buddy.
that wear the same size of the same shoe?
I think that's what the movie says.
Okay. That's all I'm asking. So Allie decides she needs to turn off the machine. She turns it off, but it
She
turns
wants Dad.
back on. Right.
Dad can't come home for Christmas.
Right, so we need to
because
turn
of
it.
the storm.
So she turns it off. It does not work. It turns right back on. Creates a blizzard.
Well, it does
It's
turn
wor-
off. It clears. Planes are going to start taking off, and Mom goes, "Storm's over. Dad can come home." And Allie's like, "Nailed it.
Boom.
We did it." But
But
then she
no.
goes to sleep, and when she wakes up,
Still
blizzard.
snowing.
It's bad news.
Los Angeles is under.
It's as bad as it's ever been. And so then they just kind of like mope around for a while, and they talk about sad stories. And
Dad is stuck in the airport.
Yeah.
Mom's a caterer. But
Sam's
all
like,
the
at
parties
least
are
you have a
canceled.
dad. It gets
Yeah,
really dark
Sam's
there. For a
dad.
They don't
little
even
bit.
get to the whole
died.
Los Angeles. There are probably thousands of people dying every hour.
We don't
but
get to that. No.
Yeah.
Speaking of
Sam's
that,
mom
though.
is a nurse, so she's got to leave Sam at Allie's house and go brave the weather
Yeah.
to take care of all those people who are dying.
That's right. So
It's no more fun
Edwin
times.
is now trying to track down wherever this is coming from.
Mm-hmm.
He finds a snowmobile that somebody is driving, takes it from him.
Yep.
So he's a naughty boy.
He has a little lab at his cubicle.
Yeah.
He tracks that storm to Allie's neighborhood.
I didn't know that you could do that. If you could take it, but whatever, it doesn't matter. So steals a snowmobile and begins to head towards.
I mean, you can do whatever you want, but you will end up on Santa's naughty list.
That's true. You'll be on the naughty list. So
Naughty boys and girls.
Allie and Sam,
better.
the
Barely.
power goes off.
Wasn't trying to be better.
They go to, I believe, get a flashlight or something in the shed, and that is when they come across Santa
Claus.
and the elves, Popo,
Gijo.
Gijo, and that's where
Kris
they are.
Kringle.
Kris Kringle, Santa Claus, and Allie is like, "What? You're not Santa." Santa proves that he is
Yeah, he
Santa
is.
with
some quick toothbrushing facts for you.
very intrusive information that he knows.
Yeah.
And
Santa
you're like,
says some basic things like you
Like cheese pizza, thick
you like
crust
cheese
or-
pizza. Yeah, you like thick crust cheese pizza with sausage. And then Samantha, you brush your teeth 3 times a day, but you don't floss. And Allie's like,
I'm not
Anybody-
impressed.
anybody could know those facts.
Yeah, anybody can know those things.
And then Santa says my favorite line. Samantha, when you're alone in your room.
say it. Say it with a
Go
straight
ahead, yeah,
face.
you say it. We'll
Go.
get that sound
Can't
bite.
even
We're
say
not
it.
allowed to say it.
But Santa says,
Santa leans down.
it says, Samantha,
Looks
when
at her
you're alone in
uncomfortably.
your room. And then there's a pause. And I was like, Santa, you can't say that, bud.
Yeah.
And then he just says, like, you dance around to Ricky Martin like this and pretend you're married to him. And he does a little dance. And Allie laughs. And then Santa goes, oh, you're going to laugh? Just you wait. Your family looks like they're perfect, but really you're too busy to actually hang out with each other, and you feel alone.
He goes from magic trick to just full trauma like so quickly. One of those two girls now thinks a grown man is watching them in their bedroom, and the other one had their deepest, darkest secret revealed.
Yeah.
Christmas magic, everyone.
He went from first gear to trauma gear. He didn't even stop somewhere in between. Something about like, you say your favorite color is this, but secretly it's this. Nothing like that.
When you were 4, the one toy you wanted was...
Yes.
No. Here's your deepest, darkest secret that you haven't even told your best friend.
Sometimes
when you're alone in your room.
Sometimes when you tell your brother, I'm going to kill you, you actually think through ways you actually could. And it takes over your entire day thinking about ways that you
Speaking
can
of
murder your
brothers,
brother.
shout out to JJ. I have never wanted to kill you.
There
Shout
you go.
out to Jim.
Shout
not
out.
listening. Favorite brother this week?
Pat.
Dude, Jesse is over. You went Pat, Josh, back to Pat. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
You said he's coming. Last week you're like, he's coming.
I didn't say he was coming.
Didn't choose him.
I didn't say he was coming this week. I didn't say
I
that.
can't believe this.
I said he's
Pat's
coming.
2 brother of the week nods in. Jesse ain't got a mention.
No.
Jess.
He knows what he did.
Yeah.
He knows what he did. So
Jesse's a friend.
we
He's
guys,
a real
we
good
don't
friend
have
of
time.
mine.
We don't have time. We're up against it. So
Jesse's girl.
at this point, a meteorologist fella, Edwin, shows up at the house because he's tracked it down, kind of tricks his way into the house by...
He says, you've won our contest
to the
spending
mom.
a day with me.
Yeah, which is weird. And then he demands her to go make like...
Yeah, he's trying
bread.
to get her out of the room. She's like, do you want coffee? And he's like, yeah, add cream and sugar, but do that in the kitchen.
And then keeps giving more things.
More
Also,
things.
could you make me
Yes.
some toast
A
and
roast.
hot roast?
Which is great.
Bread. Yeah.
So while she's in there, he runs up, he gets the machine, and
Which her little brother has found.
Yes,
is
'cause he thinks that it
convinced
is-
It's his Christmas present that she is hiding in the flower box. And you may be asking, why would he think she'd hide his Christmas present outside in the flower box?
there's a history there, guys.
Apparently that's where she is.
She hid the birthday present out there. Don't ask. So he takes the machine and he is going to make a run for it. As he's getting ready to leave, they come out of the garage area, the shed. They see him. They're going to chase after him. He's on snowmobile. They know a shortcut, though.
do.
Don't
Thank
ask
goodness.
that
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
He
Loser's walk.
swerves to not hit somebody, and that causes him to go through a what type of shop? Is it A, mattress shop, B, a light shop, C, a regular grocery store, or C, the candy?
The candy.
D wasn't an option. He said C.
Or D, the candy.
So this is tough because I say the candy every time, and I've never been right, not once. And I feel like now's the time to change. I'm gonna go light shop.
Ooh.
Yeah, light shop.
I'm sticking with C/D, the candy.
Can't choose
It
two answers.
is the
No,
candy.
He said C,
He
the
did.
candy, D, the
We
candy.
also said C grocery store.
Yeah, he
It-
said C twice. Take it to the tape.
is-
Yeah.
It
You had one
is
job.
the candy.
Finally, it was going to be the candy, and you messed it up.
I was so excited. It's a
See,
candy
the
shop.
candy. No.
To the candy shop, Sugar Ray. So he barges into his candy shop.
I just want to. I want to take time for this.
Go ahead.
You sang Candy Shop, which features 50 Cent, to the tune of Naughty Girl
Yes.
by Beyonce, and yelled out the band Sugar Ray. That is, you won. You hit the trifecta.
Thank you.
That was it.
D, the candy.
You were playing Bramble Jam Bingo over there, and you crushed it.
Thank you. So he flies into a vat of chocolate.
Yep.
He gets out. He kind of makes a run for it. Unfortunately for him, he's tracking chocolate everywhere so they can find him.
Cotton candy.
And he ends up falling down into the cotton candy as they try to get him.
And how's that cotton candy stored?
It's
like
guys, if you freaking kidding me right now with this? Cotton candy, everyone knows you get in a bag, you then unzip bag or undo the zip tie.
Have you ever had cotton candy from a zipper bag?
No, like
A
the
zipper bag. You can unzip
like a twist
bag.
tie? A
twist
twist
tie.
tie.
Twist
Thank
tie.
you.
Yeah.
You imagine?
Yeah. I mean,
Bringing
it would
metal
work.
into cotton candy.
It would work because it needs to be airlocked. You can't just be willy-nilly or else it's going to go stale real fast.
All of a sudden, he's a science major over here.
It's flossy sugar.
Well, he got into a couple DCOMs ago. He got into looking at cells and such, and it just really started his science boy journey.
I've seen the paper.
It's got to be airlocked.
I've seen the paper.
Yeah.
I've seen the paper.
But yeah, this cotton candy is not stored in any airtight
cardboard
container.
box.
It's
It
in
just
a
says bulk cotton
giant
candy.
open cardboard
It
box.
wouldn't work. Is all I'm saying. You can't eat that stuff.
He falls in.
gonna
He's
go
not covered in
hard.
chocolate and cotton candy.
And they take the thing back, and they are really
And it's a
then
bummer
mean
that
to
you
him.
can't eat that cotton candy, but false. Sparky does eat it
He does
off
eat
of
it.
Edwin.
And then they're just really mean to him. They don't let him leave. It's a sad thing. The machine is broken though, or so they think. So they got to do some, rewirings and whatnot.
New batteries.
Then they just pop in some new batteries. It works easily, which is great. And
We crank that bad boy up to 58 degrees to melt all the snow.
yes,
Could it go any higher? No. Santa's magic only goes so far. Would 88 be way better and way quicker?
maybe.
Yeah. How about 98? If you can have snow, you can have a real hot day in
Hands are
Los
tied.
Angeles.
Hands are tied.
98
So
degrees.
the girls get back home for Christmas. Dad ends up showing up thanks to the elves, which rescued him and dropped him off via some magic. And Edwin is sent to Antarctica to teach scientists about the
Science.
weather.
The scene we all needed.
And I guess that's good for him. He's happy about that. That's good. Anyway, that was the ultimate Christmas
Christmas
present.
present.
We're going to take a quick break. We'll come back. We'll break this movie down a little bit more here on DCOM Descendants. Welcome back, everybody.
That was a smooth 22 minutes. It's nothing.
It's not bad.
We're doing better.
Bad.
It's not bad. It's time.
We're professionals.
Yeah, we are.
It's time for overtime. It's where we talk about how this movie aged over time. I do have
Overtime as in DCOM.
yes.
Yeah. D for
O.
DCOM.
No, the
C
O.
for DCOM. O for DCOM.
Y'all are dumb.
It's
So
gotta be airlocked. Get
we're
my
the dumb
zipper from a cotton candy. I'm Brian.
it's got to be airlocked. It's got to be airlocked. It's got to be airlocked. That's all I'm saying.
I'm Gary. Honk honk.
We're
It's
off.
for no one but for us. That's
We're
it.
off this week, so please show some
Honk, honk.
respect. So it's
Why
time.
you're a joke. Oh,
It's time
How
for
about the
overtime.
news? How about the news, Gary?
here's the news. We're off this week. Honk honk.
Gary doesn't do that much. First of all, it's time for overtime. It's where we talk about how this movie aged over time. I do have some letterbox reviews if you would like them. Up first is Georgie with half a star that says there are 1,837 girls in Los Angeles with size 7 feet. That's the review, and I do think that it was important to read it. Jacob Wilson says 2.5 stars. What the HEL hockey sticks is
think they
Santa
missed
doing at a summer cabin on December 22nd.
Yes.
Anyway, Thy says 3 stars. A 5-page single-space paper. Yeah, I'd make a snowstorm too. Clara says 2 stars. I can tell the annoying brother isn't acting. He's just being his normal self. Oh, poor Spencer.
Spencer Breslin.
Anna says 2 stars. This movie implies at one point that Jennifer Love Hewitt died by slipping on a patch of ice while in Burbank, which means that these 2 kids who stole Santa's weather-changing machine have a body count, depriving the world of her Oscar-winning performances in Garfield and Garfield, A Tale of Two Kitties. Important stuff.
Classic. Of all the Jennifer Love Hewitt movies to pull. Interesting.
Garfield and Garfield,
Yeah,
Tale
of
of Two
course.
Cities. Bobbot says the ultimate Christmas present would be not watching this movie. Victoria Moonen says Disney kids be acting with eyebrows only. Mac Pruden says 1.5 stars. I guess the real ultimate Christmas present was the friends we made along the way. And I think that's sweet. Lila says 4 stars.
Ooh.
Okay, but why does Santa have the weather machine in the first place?
It's great.
A great question. It's a good question.
Yeah.
We don't get
He
answers.
has one sentence where he talks about
Yeah.
a beautiful, slow meandering snowfall, but I don't really know.
They could have made a meal out of that too. They could have really made it to where
They could have
waxed poetic about the beauty of snow, and Bran would have been all in.
I would have been all in. MCK says 2.5 stars. Santa, who is committed to memory the shoe sizes of every girl in LA, and by his own admission keeps a list of quote unquote naughty girls, holds 2 children against their will in a dimly lit garage. Merry Christmas.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jimmy says, remember, kids, Santa is watching you dance in your room to Ricky Martin through a grainy CCTV footage. And that's tough. Do you feel festive? Yes? Yep. And last but not least, Shane says 1.5 stars. Justice for Edwin, honestly.
Honestly.
He's on Team Edwin like you are, Dan.
Before you get into it, speaking of reviews, June 14th is the last time we've gotten a review for this podcast. June 14th, Brand, how does that make you feel?
I'm mad.
Right? It's almost a full month.
I'm more hurt
Yeah.
than anything.
Guys.
But maybe all the people that are listening to us on the Deck the Hallmark feed can do us a solid and
just
go over to
quick
the DCOM
5-star.
Descendants.
DCOM Descendants.
That's all we're asking.
Yeah.
That's all we're asking. Let's talk about how we thought this movie aired over time. Aaron, you seen it. You said early on that you haven't watched it, I think, since the year 2000, since way back. It's been a long time.
It's been a while.
So now watching it in 2024, how'd you feel about it?
Yeah. I give a lot of opinions on this movie while we're watching it. You can takethetape.com, hear all those great thoughts. I did not like this movie as a child, and unpacking some of that in our little therapy session while we watched it, I think it's because I lived in a state where we had plenty of snow days, and I understood that it wasn't a good idea to create a nonstop blizzard. And then when the machine gets broken, it just gets out of control. A lot of anxiety for 10-year-old Aaron. Not a big fan. I didn't love it as a kid. Not a lot of Christmas feels for me. But today, I had a great time watching it. It's crazy. Santa's naughty list of girls is a line I'm never going to forget as much as I try. But yeah, probably not one I'm going to watch every Christmas like I would with Halloween Town every Halloween or Phantom of the Megaplex. But I didn't hate it as much. It was funny to watch it with Brandon and Dan.
Thank you.
Say no more.
Yeah. What a sell.
10-year-old Brand did not have anxiety watching this movie. He loved every second of it. I can see now as an adult watching this movie that there's ways that this movie could have been better. I like the overall premise. Finding a machine that makes it snow in Los Angeles and realizing that comes with great power, comes with great responsibility.
Said it.
And figuring that out and then trying to right the wrong there and getting close to your family in the process. I like that. The Edwin of it all is a giant miss in this movie. Having a meteorologist that is not good on TV, is obsessed with just finding out science, and then does a weird villain arc where he basically tricks his way into a house to steal something from kids. And once he gets it, he says that now I'm never going to be wrong ever again because he can control the weather. Was so, one, weird, and two, unnecessary in this Christmas movie. And so because of Edwin, granted, Edwin's not a huge part of this movie until the end, but even throughout, every time they went to Edwin, it came to a screeching halt. It was an unnecessary plot point. It was a really weird villain creation by the people who made this movie. We had a really sweet family fun time that we could have just told that story and had, like Santa and his elves showing up and being like, you can't have this, blah, blah, blah. That's all fine. The Edwin meteorologist plot of this movie is unnecessary and unfortunate. And so without that, I love this movie a ton. With it, I'm going to have some tough decisions to make here in the next segment. Dan.
Yeah, this movie's not good. I think, here's my thing, is I would have been in Brand's camp as a kid, not Aaron's. As a kid, 9, 10 years old, I would have thought this movie was really fun. A lot of fun, a lot of hijinks, crazy Santa fun times. My anxiety would have kicked in at roughly whenever I watched it, whenever this morning was, at 40 years old. 3 reasons. Number 1, Los Angeles is currently, because of this movie, just hemorrhaging people. It is You can't watch this movie and think about, if you've ever been to Los Angeles, think about a blizzard that lasts 3 or 4 days, what it would do to not only the infrastructure, but the people in the city. It's not a fun, happy go, hey, Joe, we did it time. It's not a DCOM, real bad. Second, Santa is a creeper. I know that Santa sees you when you're sleeping and knows when you're awake, but good Santa movies don't concentrate on that. They don't bring that into the forefront. You keep that back in the further recesses of your mind when you think about Santa.
Well, I've always envisioned it like, when I do a good deed, like, Santa knows I've done something good. I don't picture Santa having CCTV into my bedroom.
Yeah. I've always thought of it was like as information that was just in his mind. Like he just knows.
Even though it's the lore is he sees you when you're asleep. He's watching you sleep. Listen, it's creepy. Santa as an entity is creepy. This movie decides to lean into the more creepy, predatorial aspects of Santa instead of the fun, jovial aspects of Santa. Even the way the guy delivers his lines, just not okay. That's 2. And then number 3, the bad guy in this movie is a meteorologist that wants to better understand science and weather. He's the villain of this movie is pro-science and wants to be better for his city and his community. What are we doing? So it's kind of a train wreck. Great idea. I'm with Brian. As a 9-year-old, I've been like, snow out of nowhere in South Carolina, sign me up. But watching it now, I couldn't get past these massive roadblocks in this movie that made my enjoyment of it only because I'm watching it with friends. That would be the only reason that I enjoyed it. So yeah, not for me.
I think having lived down here for like a year now, and having lived through 2 winters here with no snow, I can see how if I had grown up in a place that didn't have snow, like it would be more magical to be like, oh, just out of nowhere, we can have a snowstorm.
Yeah.
We have plenty of that up north.
Yeah.
So I was like, we don't need more.
Thanks. I mean, they're playing with shovels. You guys hate shoveling snow up there.
Yeah, as an adult living in New England, after so many inches, I personally stopped shoveling. I'm like, it will just melt.
It's just it'll go away eventually.
The sun's gonna
it'll go away at some point.
That's how I handle leaves. You know, she's like, they'll go away eventually.
Yeah. I mean, as a child, shoveling was fun. I loved getting all dressed up to go like help my dad with the driveway, and then at a certain age, like post 13, I was like,
post Malone.
This sucks. Yeah.
I was like, how can I get out of this? I'm going to take 30 minutes to put on a glove. I will see you guys out there.
A glove. It's time for making the list. We're going to make our list. We're going to check it twice. So we're going to tell you where
DCOM
Ultimate Christmas Present lands in our rankings. We've been ranking all of these, but we're going to only read the top 10 of each of our lists. And of course, let you know if somehow Ultimate Christmas Present didn't make the top 10, where it lands. Where it lands.
So weird that it wouldn't.
Aaron, I can't imagine that it didn't make your top 10, but
number 1 for sure.
Let us know where's Ultimate Christmas Present and what's your top 10.
Ultimate Christmas Present is coming in hot at 14.
Oh, me too.
Oh,
Hey.
Y'all. Me too.
14 for all 3 of us? What are the, oh my goodness. Out of how many total
crazy.
movies? 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22,
24?
23, 24. Out of 24 movies, we all have it at 14. I thought for sure it was going to crack 10 for you, Brian.
Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised it didn't either. But
What's on either side of that for you, Aaron?
It's right in between Rip Girls and Alley Cat Strike.
Yeah, I've got Alley Cat Strike at 15. I think you've got it at 13, right? And then,
no, I have it at 15.
Oh, perfect. And then you said Rip Girls?
Yeah, it's 13.
That, I don't
Because
see that
again,
on my
I
list
would
anywhere.
still love to inherit land in Hawaii.
Rip Girls at 13 is a crime. I don't even see that on my list anywhere. Where is that?
At 10, I was like, you're telling me I could inherit oceanfront
Rip
property?
Girls is 22 on my list.
21 for me.
22 on my list.
Oceanfront property. Aaron just wants to be by the beach.
Keep saying it. All
I
right,
know.
sorry, go ahead.
Okay. So we have number 10, Mom's Got a Date with a Vampire. 9, Brink. 8, Xenon. 7, The Other Me. 6, Quince. 5, The Color of Friendship. So that is down from number 3. We've had a little switch 'em ups.
Yeah.
Slowly.
Listen, I can't wait until your white guilt just goes away and you move it back out of the top 10 where it
I
belongs.
will
Friendship,
say-
yes. You were 8, Aaron. It was not great. You were 8.
I love Lindsay Hahn. But The other girl, the girl who plays Piper in Color Friendship, is in another DCOM that we're going to watch real soon, Xenon the Sequel. And I'm just saying that maybe her performance in that has affected the Color Friendship. I don't know. Just saying. Number 4, Halloween Town. Number 3, Smart House. 2, Miracle in Lane 2. 1, Johnny Tsunami.
Wow. Man.
Number 10, Genius. Number 9, Alley Cat Strike, baby. Holding on.
Have lost
Holding
your
on.
mind.
Hey, it's better than Rip Girls.
It's better than Rip Girls. Easily.
8, Quince.
There's no ocean in Alley Cat Strike.
7, Phantom of the Megaplex. 6, Halloween Town. 5, Miracle in Lane 2. 4, Mom's Got a Date with a Vampire, which means, everybody, I have 3 Halloween-related movies ahead of the Christmas movie.
Good for you.
So people say I'm not trying here.
You're trying, dude.
Shove
Aside
off.
from Brink, you're trying.
Number 3, Smart House.
Tracks. You have no more Christmas spirit.
Number 2, Johnny
You're a
Tsunami.
boy now.
That's
And
right.
1, Brink.
Yeah.
The greatest movie of all time.
I obviously, Ultimate Christmas Present did not end up in my top 10. However, I have
Where
two,
did it end up?
Oh, we've already done this. How dare you? I have 2 switches. Last week, Genius was 10. Smart House was 11. Smart House back in at 10.
Woo!
Genius down to 11. I moved them. I think Smart House stuck with me. So Smart House 10, Xenon 9, Other Me 8. Another move. Quince was 6. It dropped to 7, moving up to 6. A movie that I've enjoyed thinking about, even though I did not like it as much.
Don't look under the bed.
Phantom of the Megaplex at 6. 5, Brink. 4, Miracle in Lane 2. 3, Mom's Got a Date with a Vampire. 2, Halloween Town. 1, Johnny Tsunami.
It makes me so happy you ranking these movies. It makes me so happy.
But I think they're pretty definitive. I think that there's the fun thing about this is, unlike Hallmark movies where they all exist in between a 4 and a 6, these movies have quite a bit of a sliding scale to them.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah. Ranking Hallmark Christmas movies, like I do that on my Letterboxd as well. And there are some like that obviously belong at the bottom and some that obviously belong at the top. And then ranking those middle 30.
Numbers 13 to 28 on your Hallmark list are one movie.
It's all.
So this is a little.
You add it
better.
to your list and you just kind of feel it.
Yeah.
As you scroll up,
When
you go.
it asks me where I
that
want to
feels
put
right.
it, I go 22. And then I look at them like that feels like it's where it should be.
That feels right.
Yeah.
We did, everybody. Congratulations. Next week, we're going to be back. We're going to be talking about our very first sequel, Xenon the Sequel.
And you may ask, isn't that just a sequel? And we say, how dare
It
you?
is a sequel called Zequel, and I think we'll get to it.
It's in the title, mother effer. It's a sequel.
PG-13.
PG-13.
We're going to be back next week on the DCOM Descendants feed with that movie. So if you like this and you're listening on Deck the Hallmark, open up your podcast app. Search for DCOM
Pina
Descendants.
coladas and getting caught in the rain.
What? What do you feel about yoga? DCOM Descendants. DCOM Descendants is a Bramble Jam podcast. It's produced by Brandon Gray. To follow us each and every week, you can go to the socials at DCOMDescendants.com, or you can find us on the web, DCOMPodcast.com. The socials doesn't have a .com in it. That was just for funsies. We record it here in town. To watch these movies live, you can go to BrambleJamPlus.com. If you were hoping to hear Deck the Hallmark today, we're sorry.